Hello, my friends on YouTube. I'm sorry once again for the delay. Today, I'd like to speak to you once again about why Trump did not bomb Iran. Let's start talking about the military general, the Chinese military general Sun Tzu. In Sun Tzu's opinion, the best warrior is the one who does not fight. And if it's necessary to fight, let someone else fight on your behalf. Why? Because war is costly in terms of money and in terms of personnel. And if you lose people, you lose popularity. If you lose your soldiers, you lose popularity. I think Trump is aware of that because his business experience as a businessman, you try as much as possible to lose as little as possible. And if you can make someone else take the loss, it's even better. So when you have an ideology that always encourages killing, bloodshed, and dying for Allah or for a cause or what have you, this is a perfect ideology to use for your cause, and it doesn't cost you anything. These are people who are willing to die. Okay, good, let them die. Put them in front of the bullet. Let them take the bullet. Okay? So, why Trump did not hit Iran? Because Iran is already dying. If you have an enemy, and this enemy, you have to get rid of him. If he is strong, you have to do something to get rid of him. But if he is giving up his last breath, if he is dying, hey, it's a matter of minutes, or in terms of history, these are minutes. Let him die by himself. He's dying, let him die. I'm going to put this in the description box because there is dissatisfaction of Iranian people inside Iran and outside Iran, because there was a demonstration of Iranian people. They took the day off. I'm sure they are working people, to go to the United Nations and demonstrate they want a regime change. And the people inside Iran also, they want a regime change. So inside and outside, people want that failing regime to change. So why, if it is from inside and outside, there is dissatisfaction? Add to that the economy, which is, if the economy was good in Iran, people wouldn't care so much if the system change or not. Well, as long as I'm fat and happy, hey, even if everyone is corrupt, I don't care. Or not so much, really. I'm fat and happy. Okay? But the problem now that the economy of Iran is falling apart. And this when people explode. And this practically what happened in Egypt during President Mubarak's era. At certain point, people did not have enough to eat. He rationed everything, and certain group of people had caviar for breakfast, and most people didn't have bread. So when it gets so dire like this, the situation so bad like this, people explode. They don't care now, because I'm going to die of starvation. Hey, I may as well do something. It may save my life. And this is what they did. Yes, there were people killed, yes. But so what? We are going all to die anyway, so let's do something. At least those who live can live honorably. Now, the same thing happening today in Iran, and I believe that's why Trump did not bomb Iran. It was not because 150 people were going to die, civilians going to die, because, hey, there are many wars, and more than these 150 people were killed in many countries as casualty, as collateral damage, and nobody cared. So it's not the 150 people, civilian people, but it was because Iran is dying by itself, and the people inside Iran are calling for regime change. So why should Trump waste money to bomb Iran? That costs money, number one. Number two, there might be casualty. American soldier will die, and that will make him lose the election the second term. That will make his image look bad. I think he played his card very well. So Iran is dying, the system, and that's why Trump did not bomb them. We come now to the situation with when President Trump went Japan, China, and North Korea for the third time. I wasn't there with them, but I can tell you, I've been to South Korea, and somewhat I know how Korean people think. And North Korean and South Korean, they are both Koreans, and they both think similarly. Okay, so I really think President Trump has good advisors around him, because he knows how to deal with the Muslim countries and the situation in the Muslim countries with the least damage. So he sold weapons to Saudi Arabia, make money. Second, he put them to bring to be like equilibrium in the region facing Iran. So Iran can feel like the economic embargo on them, and the shutting down of the oil shipment, that it will not pass to China. So now you are actually putting stress on China, on the economic situation in China. And if this happens, you have over 1 billion people dissatisfied in China will rise up. They rose up once before. Yes, they were put down by the military at this time, but even the military, there will be dissatisfaction in the military about the poverty and the terrible economic situation of China, and that can turn against the Chinese authority. So President Trump goes to Japan, which is the third economy in the world. The first is America, the second is China, the third is Japan. So the first and the third economic power agreed to go to China. Why China? Because China and the way Chinese are working now, they are putting North Korean leader as a gambling chip, trying to twist America's arm. We're keeping him at bay. We're trying to keep him happy. So in exchange, you let us steal intellectual property from your invention and from the Japanese invention. You give us break on trade, even though it's unfair trade. Let's look the other side and let us get rich. Or we will let him start soar his rockets. We'll tell him, hey, do whatever you want. So Japan and America agreed to meet China with force and explained to them very well. I wasn't there, but I'm sure this what happened. The leader of the Communist Party of China, I forgot his name, anyway, his Chinese name, was told clearly that it's either you take responsibility for North Korea or we have plans. And that was conveyed directly and quickly to Kim Jong-un. And accordingly, he invited Trump to cross the 38th parallel between South Korea to North Korea. I think he is the very first sitting president to cross this line without any bullets being shot. And the first two meetings, President Trump, he didn't really look hopeful when he met with him. Yet, as a businessman, he kept the door open. So the second time he met with him, he said, yeah, the meeting went very well and we probably disagree on certain points, but everything is okay, and we did progress. We did some progress. Actually, there was no progress at all. And to Trump, he had to take a stand. And that stand is to twist China's arm in the same way they are doing. We are going to destroy your economy. How? We will stop the oil coming from Iran to you. So we are going to hurt Iran because they are not selling their oils. They are not selling their oil, and they are not getting money as exchange for that oil. And you don't get the oil that it earns your country. So both economy will collapse. What happened when both economy collapse? This is the most dangerous thing. This is when people really explode and go rampant against government. So China decided to stop playing that game, and I'm very sure, even though I wasn't there, they called Kim Jong-un and they told him, this is the last of it. Shape up or you will be shaped out. So the attitude changed, and I believe there is progress. So why fight if somebody else can do the fight for you, or you can solve it intellectually? And I believe President Trump succeeded in both. We appreciate your comment, and if you have any idea of some other subject, we'll be more than happy to try to prepare it. Thank you very much, and hope to hear from you. Bye.